So today, a little bit different scenario, different scenery, but I wanted to talk about getting what you want, because a lot of people think you have to just get what you want, as opposed to becoming the type of person who gets what they want or who does the thing, right? You think, I just got to be more disciplined. I just got to be more, whatever it is. I just got to make more money, or I've got to be in better shape. But the truth is that you have to become the type of person who does the things required. So what does that mean? It basically means you have to transform into a different person than you're being right now. So if you want to be in shape, understand that the people who have the body you want actually have a different mindset that leads them to that body. You can't keep your same mindset that you have and get that new body. You can't keep that same mindset you have and make more money. You have to change whatever it is that's holding you back, or whatever it is that's keeping you stuck, or whatever it is that's keeping you where you're at. You have to let go of those thought processes, because if you don't let go of those thought processes, you're hanging on to an old version of yourself, and you're hanging on to a version that doesn't serve you, a version that doesn't get the thing you want. So a lot of times that looks like justification or excuses. You'll make excuses as to why other people are making progress and you aren't. You have to look at your situation and understand why it is that you're not making that progress, that you're not making that change, and change that attribute about yourself. You actually don't have to change how much money you make, or even the food you eat, let's say, in the sense of you have to change the mindset and the mind frame behind it. After training people, coaching people about their fitness, I understand that being overweight isn't as simple as calories in, calories out. It's a whole mindset around food, around your body image, around your behaviors and your triggers and your coping mechanisms, right? And all those things combined will lead you to the body that you have or don't have, right? So bear with me on this video. Arm's getting tired. But with that said, you have to modify those things. You have to modify those things that are holding you back. So if eating food, let's say, is your coping mechanism, you have to change that. You have to find a different coping mechanism, right? You have to find a different way of thinking about things. If you think that certain things is punishment, if working out is punishment, that sort of mindset is not going to lead you to the body you want, at least not for any appreciable amount of time. I'm going to go sit down here. But not for any appreciable amount of time. And the same thing goes for money, right? You might one-off earn something. Okay. You might one-off, make a bunch of money, or win the lotto, or do something that causes you to have this influx of cash, but if you don't have the right mindset behind it, it's going to go away from you, right? So same thing if you have a sudden influx of, let's say you go on vacation and you lose a bunch of weight. If you didn't rebuild your mindset to retain that new body, if it was just an accident, if it was just a fluke, you're not going to retain that new body. So whether it be your finances or your fitness, you have to become the type of person that can earn that sort of income. You have to become that type of person that can have that type of body. So usually the thing comes after. If you're doing it properly, the thing comes after you do the work, not the other way around. You don't say, I swear if you give me this job, I'll be the best employee ever. I'll do this, I'll do that, I'll learn all these skills. No, you have to learn all those skills first. You have to be ready for the opportunity. And when the opportunity comes around, then it's like, okay, I have all the skills, I've done all the work, I've put all the work in, here we go. Same thing. You can't say, God, if you give me this this amazing body. I promise I'll take good care of it. I'll eat all the right foods. I'll do all the workouts. No, you have to do the workouts first. You have to eat the right foods first, and it's going to take a long time for that body to come to fruition. It's going to take a long time for that, for those finances, for the financial structure to come into fruition. And the problem is tenfold if you have to first undo a bunch of negative action, right? Like if you had a bunch of debt, you have to clear. If you have a bunch of fat, you have to lose. First, you got to undo those things to get back to zero, and then you can start to build, right? But you're only going to get as far as your standards and your mindset allow you to. So if your standards and your mindset only allow you to get to a certain level, then that's the only level you're going to get to. So I can't stress this enough. When you're working on whatever change it is you want to make in your life, you're going to have to change your mindset around it, right? Even me, like, I had a very frugal mindset around money. I was focused on saving it. I was focused on not spending too much. But at a certain point, when you get to a certain income level, you do need to spend your money. You need to spend your money to get back time. You need to spend your money in creative ways, right, in order to lower your tax burden or things like that. So the point is that mindset, right, that kept me at, let's say, a $50,000 a year kind of mindset is not the same one that's going to sustain $100,000 a year. It's not the same that's going to sustain $1 million a year. You can't take those same mindsets and apply them. Sometimes they don't scale. Sometimes you grow out of them. So the same thing goes with your fitness, right? And your approach to fitness. Certain things don't scale. Certain things aren't worth the squeeze. I've been in incredible shape, and I've been perfect on my diet, and I've been perfect 2 workouts a day, and absolutely shredded, complete model status. If that's my objective, if that's my goal, cool, but that's not sustainable, right? That's not aligned with my goals anymore. That's not aligned with where I want to be at. It's not aligned with how I feel. I might have looked the best, but I didn't feel the best, and my energy levels weren't the best, right? So the same thing goes with your money. How do you want to optimize that to best serve you, right? What are you lacking? Are you lacking time? Maybe you'll have to spend your money to get time back. It might seem like a waste to pay someone to mow your lawn, or to pay someone to fix your car, or to pay someone to clean your house or deliver your food or something like that. But if it gets you time back, then it might be worth it if that's what you're short of. So these are, there's no one size fits all solution. We need to think creatively about where your sticking points are, and then go forward and modify your mindset as to how these things evolved, how these things became. So same thing, if you have triggers, if you have coping mechanisms, and this goes for food, this goes for finances. Some people like, retail therapy, and they just want to go shopping when they're stressed out. Some people eat when they're stressed out to cope, and all these other things. You could binge, you could, do anorexia, you could make yourself throw up, you could do all these things, but what you really have to do is go behind the actual thing that you're doing and look at the reason why, look at the mindset, look at the thoughts, look at the triggers behind it. Because if you don't do those, then you're not going to make any progress. You're going to be stuck. You're going to be constantly being like, oh, why do I always overeat? Why do I, if I could just stop overeating? No, you have to look at the whole sequence of events that led you to do that, right? The sequence of events that get me into the gym, right? It's a positive sequence of events. I have a mindset of like, you can't stop me. This is just something that I have to do. This is something that has to be done. So a lot of times, obstacles that would normally stop people don't stop me. So it's a different mindset behind it. So same thing, like there was one time where the gym was closed. I think there was like a power outage or something. Something was messed up at the gym. So the gym was closed, but they had said they were reopening at 4 p.m. So I decided to show up at 4 p.m. And I get there at 4 p.m. and they're like, no, we're actually not opening until 5. And I was like, crap. And I don't even take pre-workout, but this is one of the times I took pre-workout. So I'm like amped up, I'm ready to go. And the gym's not open. And, more people showed up. A lot of people got the memo, and they came at 4. And, I told them the gym was closed. But, and one lady, she was like, this is She's like, that's all I needed. That was the only excuse she needed to not go to the gym. And I understand people have schedules, have time frames and everything. So she decided to leave. I just sat in the parking lot for an hour, made some phone calls, caught up with some friends, and then I went and did my workout an hour later. So the point is like your mindset behind it, right? If you're just looking for an excuse as to not go, like you're gonna find one to not go. Whereas I was like, I'm gonna go, it's gonna happen today, it has to happen today, and so it did. So there's two mind frames to go about things, and that's all I'm saying, is that if you want to be successful on whatever endeavor you're trying to do, whatever change you're trying to make, if you don't evaluate the mindset behind it, then it's all kind of pointless. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got for today. Let me know if this helped you, if this changed how you're going to approach, maybe your fitness, maybe your finances, whatever. What's your mindset behind it? Write it down in the comments and just let me know.